friends, welcome back to another video, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Kim and I am an author, illustrator who loves to share all things books, writing, and coziness here on my channel. Today I bring you a very special video about cozy crafting and cozy books. I love cozy crafting and I have always wanted to create paper dolls. So I thought it was perfect when Artify reached out to me and asked if they could send me their marker set, and I thought they were perfect for my cozy crafting days. Coloring is always my go-to cozy crafting, and I absolutely fell in love with Artify's marker set. Their markers are so potent, and I love the color ranges they offer. This set is going to be perfect for many more cozy projects to come. Artify is not sponsoring this video, but they were generous enough to offer my viewers a 10% discount code. You can use Kim10OFFA for 10% off your next order until May 31st. I illustrated my first paper doll, and I am so excited to color it in and put it together with paper fasteners. I did this project in particular for my Patreon community, which I call Spellbound Manor. There I offer monthly cozy crafts, snail mail, we have a cozy book club over there, and exclusive videos. The full video of me making this paper doll and the downloadable sheet will be available there early next month. In the spirit of coziness, I will also be sharing in this video 6 new cozy fantasy books that I just added to my TBR. These books seem to look whimsical, a fun read full of magical elements, lots of furry animals, baking, and great adventures. I hope you enjoy this video, friends. If you do, please remember to like, share, subscribe. Your support means so much to me. You guys. Look how adorable this came out. And I could do this. And she can move her legs and her arms. Oh my gosh. This is the first time that I have ever created a paper doll. I've always wanted to do paper dolls, and this is the first time that I decided to illustrate one and color it in. I love doing cozy crafts with my patrons and for my patrons. So if you are interested, if you love cozy crafting, I offer a variety of offerings over on my Patreon, and cozy crafting is one of them. I have a few downloadables up there that you can cozy craft with and just have a grand old time. This is my fairy paper doll that I am still trying to name, so I'm gonna ask my patrons what I should name her, but if you have any suggestions, please let me know down below. She's gonna be doing the splits back here. So in the spirit of just coziness, cozy crafting, and just having a cozy and living a cozy and intentional lifestyle, I wanted to share with you a few cozy books that I just picked up, friends. Of course, life cannot be complete without cozy books, and these are some books that I have not yet read, but I have heard amazing things about. I was going through my book inventory and I realized that I have a lot of fantasy books because that's literally what I read. But I realized that I don't have a lot of what I would say cozy fantasy books that I consider being palate cleansers, that I consider being easy to read, easy to digest, those books that you just go to for comfort. I realized that I have a few, but I don't have that many that I can go to that I own when, you know, during those days when you just want something easy to read, something to just have a good old fun time with. So I did some digging and I picked up some cozy fantasy books that I want to share with you guys. So a quick little backstory as to why I am super fascinated with cozy lifestyle and just coziness all around. As someone who grew up in a very hyperactive household, I feel like I've never really gotten to experience living a, well, I want to say like a slow, soft, era. I've never had that in my life. I've never lived that life. I grew up in a very productive household, very work always dominant type of household. And though that has its great perks and it teaches you great qualities, I never really got to experience living just my little girlhood, soft fantasy, whimsical type of life. And now that I am in my 30s, I find that me leaning into this part of myself that I've always yearned for has been healing in so many ways. Even now as I am in my 30s, it has taught me softness, it has taught me to slow down, it has taught me that it's never too late to reconnect to your inner child and to lean into the magical essence of life. I am in my soft girl cozy era and I am not mad at it. I absolutely love everything about this era, or what this, I don't know, I don't want to say trend, but this certain lifestyle really does to my self-esteem, does to how I feel about my environment. I really love how it feels being in this space, in this place in my life. I have never felt more safe than I do now as I dive, or as I lean into cozy books, cozy crafting, just living a cozy and romanticizing my life. It feels really good because as someone who has severely suffered from depression and anxiety and hyperproductivity, it is really hard to slow down. It is really hard to feel hopeful sometimes. It is really hard to see the bright side of things. And I feel when I lean into this cozy trend, this cozy way of seeing and living and existing, it really does something to my serotonin levels. It really does something internally that it makes me feel super safe. It makes me feel super seen, super loved. I grew up with a very tough personality, very I must take care of everything around me, I must control everything around me type of personality. And this coziness, this cozy lifestyle, trend, vibe, way of existing, living, seeing has really just allowed me to let go of all these things that I've tried to control, that have tried to control me, that have given me this very serious personality, and just allowed me to just breathe for once. It feels like I just took a deep breath in and out, and it feels super good. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just wanted to share with you guys why I really love cozy books, cozy crafting, and this cozy all around lifestyle and what it means to me. So I hope that message can resonate with someone out there. I don't know if anyone who might be watching can relate to this sentiment, but if you do, I hope that you know that it's never too late to live your soft girl cozy era. Lean into it. It's okay to just to let go of all these things that we've always tried to control and lean into our softness and that magical essence that we used to dream of and believe in when we were children. Lean into that, because that still lives in all of us. So that being said, friends, it is time to share some cozy books. I'm super excited about these. Like I mentioned, I have never read any of these books. I also have, I think, like one classic in here that I'm so excited about that I've never read. Sorry about the change of light. There seems to be some sun coming in and out, so there's going to be some gradual changes in the light. So sorry about that. I do have a total of 6 cozy fantasy book recommendations. So without further ado, let's get into these 6 cozy fantasy books. First one that I have here is actually from the same author that wrote Wicked, which I thought was super cool because I absolutely love Wicked. And that book is called Cress, Watercress by Gregory Maguire. And the little blurb on here says, the artwork is alive with color and the story strikes a resonant chord. Look how cute this is, you guys. It's a little bunny. This just has coziness written all over it. I absolutely adore it. And the synopsis says, it's a dangerous world for a rabbit. Cress, Watercress, lives in a warren on the riverbank with Mama and Papa and baby Kit. When Papa doesn't return from a nocturnal honey gathering expedition, Mama assumes the worst. Though Cress begs to stay, Mama moves the family to the basement apartment of the Broken Arms, a rundown apartment tree with a menacing owl landlord, a nosy mouse super, and a pair of songbirds who broadcast everybody's business. Could a dead tree full of annoying neighbors and no Papa ever be home? Oh, this is so cute. And the illustrations, you guys, look at these illustrations. These are just so adorable. Look at this. Super cute. I am excited to read a book by the author who wrote Wicked. This just sounds amazing. By the way, a lot of these are going to be about animals, because what gets more cozier than it being about animals? That's just going to be a common trend in this little book stack, by the way. So the next one that I have on here is called Skunk and Badger by Amy Timerlake with pictures by John Klassen. I absolutely love the cover of this book. This is a hardcover book, but the good thing is that you take off the dust jacket and look at this beautiful cover. It's also the illustration of the dust jacket. I found that amazing because you don't really get to see that with hardcover books. The synopsis says, no one wants a skunk. They are unwelcome on front stoops. They should not linger in rock rooms. Skunks should never ever be allowed to move in. But Skunk is Badger's new roommate, and there is nothing Badger, who prefers to be left alone with his important rock work, can do about it. Skunk plows into Badger's life, and Badger's life is upended. Rocket potatoes are left in corners, tails are flipped, the wrong animal is sprayed, and why oh why are there so many chickens? This just sounds like the funniest little short story. I love it. There are no images on here. It's just like chunkier text, which I super enjoy. Oh, actually, I'm lying. There are some images on here. I love reading children's books and more middle grade based books because that is just something that I'm super interested to continue. I mean, first of all, I love reading these kinds of stories, but also as an illustrator and a writer myself, these are stories that I love to use as study time so I can continue to learn story development for my own personal projects. That's another reason. Outside of the fact that I'm just super obsessed with these kinds of books. I love children and middle grade books. Again, they do something to my serotonin levels that I just cannot explain. This next book recommendation is actually a classic. I never got to read this when I was a kid, but I ended up getting I think this is a new edition, and the cover just looks super stunning. I am so excited to add this classic to my collection, and on top of that, it is a cozy fantasy, and that is The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. Look how stunning this cover is, you guys. I believe they have a variety of different covers, but I think this is a new cover that just came out. I might be wrong, but from what I remember when I was ordering these, I believe this one said it was like a new edition. Look at the cover. I think this is by far one of my favorite covers from this stack of books that I'm going to be sharing. It just looks absolutely stunning, super cozy, and of course the theme is animals, because nothing gets cozier than animals. There's a little short synopsis, but I wouldn't say it really encompasses everything that this book might be about. It just says in the back, far from fading with time, Kenneth Grahame's classic tale of fantasy has attracted a growing audience in each generation. Rat, Mole, Badger, and the preposterous Mr. Toad, with his pop, pop, pop road-hogging new motor car, have brought delight to many throughout the years with their odd adventures on and by the river and at the imposing residence of Toad Hill. I believe this was first published in 1908, so it's quite the old novel, but I have never read this, and considering I am in my soft girl cozy era, I think it is very, very important for me to read some children classics and just get reacquainted with those, or just in touch with for the first time. I love a good animal friends adventure road trip, and this has it written all over it. I am just so excited for this one. Now, this next recommendation I am extremely excited about, because if you are a fan of the very popular Legends and Lattes, or in general if you love books that has cozy baking in it, then this might be the book for you, and that is Midsummers Mayhem by Rajani LaRocca. Look at this stunning book cover, you guys. I love this book cover. The synopsis says, 11-year-old Mimi Mackinson comes from a big Indian American family. The youngest of 4, she feels invisible, but her dream of proving herself seems possible when she enters a contest at the brand new bakery in town. But when Mimi's dad, a renowned food writer, mysteriously loses his highly honed sense of taste, she worries she'll never be able to bake something impressive enough to propel her to gastronomic fame. As she struggles with what to make, Mimi is drawn into the woods behind her house, where she meets Vic, a boy who shows her parts of the forest she's never seen. Who knew there were banyan trees and wild boars in Massachusetts? Together they discover exotic ingredients and bake them into delectable and enchanting treats. But as her dad acts stranger every day and her siblings' romantic entanglements start causing trouble, Mimi begins to wonder whether the ingredients she and Vic found are somehow behind it all. She uses her skills, deductive and Epicurean, to try to uncover the truth. In the process, she learns that in life, as in baking, not everything is sweet. This sounds so good, you guys, and I believe there are some illustrations in here, maybe? Yeah, there are some cozy little illustrations on here. I believe this is a middle grade book. I don't even think I've been mentioning what any of these books are about. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know that these are like children book, chapter books, middle grade books. I don't think I have any YA in here. Oh, and I also have 2 graphic books, which I'm going to be sharing next. I am very excited for Midsummers Mayhem. I think this is going to be the perfect book to read this summer because the title, hello. Moving along, the last 2 books that I'm going to be sharing are actually graphic novels. If you guys have been here on my channel, you guys know that I love a good graphic novel. All right, so the first one that I'm going to be sharing is super cute, and it is called Pilu of the Woods by May K. Nguyen. Now, when I read the synopsis of this book, I felt super connected to the book immediately, because one of my favorite graphic books or graphic series are the Lightfall series. Well, I've only read the first one. I still need to collect the other two, but I love the first book so much just because our main character is someone who deals with anxiety, and the way that the author writes the character and even illustrates the character, it resonates on so many levels. How many of us deal with anxiety? And it's nice to see that representation being had in, I believe the book is a middle grade graphic novel. I think it's a middle grade. So I love books that showcases real life emotions that we as humans are constantly dealing with being portrayed in graphic novel books. I think that's awesome. So this is sort of a similar book in that sense. So the synopsis says, Willow loves the woods near her house. They're calm and quiet, so different from her own turbulent emotions, which she keeps locked away. When her emotions get the better of her one day, she decides to run away into the woods. There she meets Pilu, a lost tree spirit who can't find her way back home, which turns out to be the Magnolia Grove Willow's mom used to take her to. Willow offers to help Pilu, and the two quickly become friends. But the journey is long and Pilu isn't sure she's ready to return home yet, which infuriates Willow, who's determined to make up for her own mistakes by getting Pilu back safely. As a storm rages and Willow's emotions bubble to the surface, they suddenly take on a physical form, putting both girls in danger and forcing Willow to confront her inner feelings once and for all. Once I read that this had a tree spirit named Pilu, I've never read any story that has a tree spirit in it, and I am excited to read that for once. Super excited for this graphic novel. It is pretty short and the illustrations just are so cozy and vibrant. I feel like this is going to be a great book to read this spring or summer season. I am so excited for this book. All right, you guys, and for our final cozy fantasy book recommendation, if you like my recommendation of Midsummers Mayhem, you're absolutely going to love this next recommendation that I have for you, which is also a graphic novel. Are you guys ready? I'm so excited for this one, and that is The Baker and the Bard, a cozy fantasy adventure. Look at that, you guys. It is so cute. It is so cute. I think when I was reading this, it said if you are a fan of Legends and Lattes, you're really going to love this cozy fantasy. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, I haven't read it, but just by looking at this, it feels like Legends and Lattes sort of, but in a graphic novel format. So the synopsis says, Juniper and Hadley have a good thing going in Larkspur, spending their days apprenticing at a bakery and performing at the local inn. But when a stranger places an unusual order at the bakery, the two friends set out to forge the magical mushrooms needed to make the requested pastries. Along the way, Juniper and Hadley stumble across a mystery too compelling to ignore. Something has been coming out of the woods at night and eating the local farmers' crops, leaving only a trail of glowy goo behind. Tempted by an adventure that could fuel their bardic craft, Hadley tows Juniper into the woods to investigate. What started as a simple errand soon turns into a thrilling quest to save some furry new friends and their caretaker, a soft-spoken fae named Thistle, who are in danger of losing their home. Oh, this sounds super cute, you guys. Look at this cover. And the illustrations inside are just super cozy, super welcoming. I absolutely love it. I am so excited. I love this color palette. So there you have it, friends. A good cozy fantasy book stack that I am super excited to read either this spring, summer, even fall season. We all need to make more time to read more cozy fantasy books and to just do all around more cozy things. Cozy crafting, cozy baking, cozy everything. I really hope that this video maybe inspired you, maybe motivated you to read cozy fantasy, to live a cozy lifestyle, or just to embrace that part of yourself that you might maybe have not known was there. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, friends. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any other cozy fantasy book recommendations. I would love to check those out. If you want to join a cozy community, feel free to subscribe here to my YouTube channel, or you can also check out you can check out my Patreon, which I also call Spellbound Manor. We have a cozy book club there. We are called the Storykeeper Society Book Club, and I also offer a whole bunch of different cozy incentives such as coloring sheets, downloadables, monthly snail mail, just all the good stuff, okay? Feel free to check that out. I will link my Patreon down below. With that being said, friends, remember that you can create the life that you want because you so deserve it, friend. I will be seeing you in a video very, very soon. Until then, friends, take care and bye for now.